See what
Hello. This is Arthur from Arthur Ease Your Mind here on YouTube. And my guest today is Corian Z, the other side medium. Hi, Corian.
Hello there. How are you today?
I woke up breathing. I'm very happy. How about you?
Me as well. And even got a walk-in, so that's even better for me.
Did we call each other? Wear the same color shirt?
Yeah, we must have got the memo, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah,
We're all in the blues today, or about the blues.
So, Linda introduced Corian to us, was it about a month ago?
Yes, exactly. Yeah, well, just under about, the 15th or something, or somewhere around the 10th. Sorry, the 10th on her birthday. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. You share a birthday with Linda.
I do. Yes.
So you're temperamental. No, just kidding. And
she would say yes.
So Corian is both psychic and medium.
Yes.
He's in the Michigan area. So why don't you tell us about you?
Sure, absolutely. So born and raised not psychic in terms of growing up as such, meaning doing it for, as childhood would say, I dipped a little bit and didn't know what I was doing and stumbled through everything. And since life had other plans for me, I kind of stuck with regular plans, got a regular job, went into hospitality, did that for nearly 27 years. And then about 7 years ago, life said, we have got different plans here for you. So I shed all of the old news and started working on the new news. In this case, coming out for a second time, if you will, in life with being a psychic here and medium. And in the last year or so, that's really developed and grown. And through Spirit's encouragement and, of course, great people like yourself and Linda, I'm finally able to get out there and let everybody know that I am available to be of service now in a different capacity than I did when I was in hospitality. So,
well, you're still being hospitable.
Yes, that's important. Hostile is for a different time, not for today, not for most of the time anyway.
You say hostile?
Yeah, not to be hostile. Yes, hospitable. Not.
Something I thought of hostile, like the movie Saw or something.
Well, you can stay at a hostel. That's true. That word itself does not always have a good meaning when you're staying in one of those group settings like that. It does have a different meaning or a double.
Yeah, my idea of a hostel is Motel 6.
Yes.
True. So, real quick, a little bit of housekeeping.
Yes.
So yes, if anybody wants to contact Corian, he's booked for a bit, but he will have a wait list.
Yes, I do have a wait list. Yep, you can always get on there. Now, about sometime late next month, I'll have things open again for the first quarter of next year. But right now, through mid-January 2026, I'm booked up, and those will be available for everyone to start booking if you wish in mid-January, but wait list now. Get your name in there now if you wish to, and that way then we'll get to those in order that we receive them from there.
And that's theothersidemedium.com.
Correct.
Yeah, mine would be called theothersidemediumrare.com, but that's a whole nother story.
Sure.
And if anyone needs to get a hold of me, you can reach me at arthureaseyourmind.com, or on Wilshire Boulevard with my sandwich board that says "We'll read for food." So there you go. Also, real quick, just this is just a real housekeeping thing. Valerie and I, Valerie Dragonheart Crystals, will be doing our 1 hour 10 people show that we do on Zoom live on November 2nd. And it's the Golden Nugget. And if you want to get more information, go to dragonflycrystals.store. We already have some people signed up. We're really excited. And in the meantime, today it's specific questions topic. Okay? Not what do they want me to know, but what do they want me to know regarding mediumship? A name and relationship helps. I always say that somebody once asked me about Jack. Jack ended up being a dog that they had when they were a child. So it was kind of like hit or miss. So that always helps. So that's that. So we've got lots of great questions. Welcome everybody here. Cheryl, Edward. I'm really bad at reading everybody's names. I'm like a high school, what do you call it, substitute teacher. So, anyway, and in the background, we do have Walter helping us with our questions today. Thank you, Walter. So,
Yeah.
we'll just go to some questions. And first, I want to say, though, what was it? There it is. Dion, thank you so much. Everything helps the channel. It really, really does. It goes back to it. So thank you. All right, so let's get some questions and we'll take it from there. Oh, and Sandy, hi. I have some kind of karma where I keep running into narcissistic women in my life, either at home or work. What is the lesson I'm supposed to learn? Don't leave home. Yeah. And thank you. What do you go for it?
Oh, that's all right. Go ahead. I'm just still tapping in here a little bit to some of the sarcasm within the narcissism. So that's the interesting part here. So go ahead. I'll let you take the lead if you wish.
Well, first of all, the lesson I'm getting here is, you're very strong. And sometimes when we meet people, it can be a reflection of ourselves in others. And it's a lesson. But I just feel that your karma is you grew up being Lindsay Lohan in Mean Girls. And so we just have to step back on that and just see people who they really are from the beginning. And it's hard to be around narcissistic people, but you navigate. You're still the winner. And if they want to play the games, fine. But like, I'm an Aries. I tell people I don't play games, but if I do, there's blood on the walls. It's not mine, and I just won. So don't get me started. Okay? Because that should be your attitude. Okay? Take it away.
Yeah, just to piggyback off that, again, it's kind of like, as the light rises, so does the darkness in some respect. And so when you come in as a bright, shining light, not everybody likes that energy. And so they react, if you will, to it. And kind of like a moth to a flame, I suppose, you are kind of that light. People don't like it. And so they'll come up and try to, tamper it down a little bit, and that sometimes causes a rub or conflict, if you will, with things. I guess sometimes when it's when we have a lot of that in our life, it's important to consider that before we start our day, we just ask the universe to put all shields up so that we don't have to deal with as much of that negativity, if you will, or negative people as much. And that also helps with adding intention, if you will, to the energy of deflection, so that hopefully you are better prepared. Your armor is much more shiny, if you will, to make it not only a bright light, but so blinding that they can't even get near you, that they don't want to get near you. And that's the reaction that you want to keep those that aren't going to be of your highest good away a lot more than just hoping for the best. So put that intention out there, and I think you're going to find that it's going to be not as frequent, if you will, in your day as much. And yeah, hopefully you'll see a little bit of change there. I'm rooting for it, sure.
Thanks, Sandy. Sensitive Llama. Hello, Arthur and Corian Z. I retired from my job in June, and I'm feeling a bit lost. My children are out on their own, and my husband is still working. Do you see any opportunities coming my way?
I kind of see a couple of things here. Being idle is not your friend. I see you not feeling that standing around is going to be your thing. I feel more involvement with some of the community of things here. I don't feel as much like a part-time job, but maybe for as amount of time that you volunteer and get involved with the community, I feel that will feel like a part-time job enough to keep you busy and, for that matter, involved in a way that you feel of service and that you feel of value. In other words, you're recharging your batteries and keeping things going strong by being of service in that capacity. So, yeah, I think you have a couple of different things that you're going to get involved with here, and it might be even as early as within the next couple of months. So, of course, this is that time of the year when a lot of volunteers are called upon to help anyway. So I think you're naturally going to kind of get the bug, if you will, to get involved in some of that. And I think you're going to like what you do, and that's going to help get you, baptized, so to speak, and brought in so that you can continue that even as the year progresses more and more. So yeah, I don't know about necessarily a job for income, though. Definitely for the volunteer thing, I see you getting involved with here on the short term here.
I think the word is baptism by fire.
Yeah. Or snow, I guess, depends what time of the year it is. But
yes. But also I was picking up the same thing about volunteer work. But also what I was getting is, for all these years you were working and working and working. And all of a sudden it's like, what am I going to do? You got to put yourself on a schedule a little bit. I'm not saying like every Wednesday I'm going to clean the bathroom. Every Thursday I'm going to do the wash. Not that kind of schedule. But you have to schedule your days so that it's just not doing, because right now you're doing stuff for everybody else but yourself. Does that make sense? You're doing everything for yourself, not for yourself now, even though you're retired. So at this point, what I'm getting here is it's a little bit more about it's a selfless act to take care of yourself. So they're old enough they can take care of themselves, and you take care of you, and you're there for your husband, but the mother feeds herself first before she feeds the kids. If not, she has no milk to give her children. She has no energy to raise her children. And right now, Mother Mary wants her job back. So you don't have to do it anymore. Just take care of you. Okay? But thank you. I hope that helps.
Yes.
Gemma, hi. Topic, job. Will I receive a job offer before Thanksgiving? Messages, please, from the guides regarding my timeline. Thank you. Just let you know, our timeline and upstairs timelines aren't the same.
That's true. Yep, free will flexibility is built in there.
Yeah.
We can go left when the universe meant us to go right, and that kind of makes them have to remove or calculate, if you will, all those cooperative components to try to realign now with your new choice. So,
but Gemma's had a lot of out there waiting to hear back from people and stuff.
I agree.
So it's been a task for her, but I'm getting. You're asking by Thanksgiving. I'm saying by the end of the year.
I would agree.
But to me, it's like the job offer may come in towards the end of the year.
Yes.
It's not you're just finding something and they're calling you up. It's something that you've already interviewed before, and that's how I'm reading it. And it's a career opportunity, not just a job.
Agreed.
You're not Santa's helper.
Nope. Yeah, I think you're right on spot on there, that Arthur. I think that she's going to get the offer before the end of the year, but because of budgets, they're not going to start her until the beginning of the next year. So January, February timeframe. By the time we get brought in, offer letter, all that fun stuff completed, you get started in the new job, you get onboarded, all that fun stuff. I think, yeah, between now and if we were to talk again around February, we'd have a different conversation.
Thank you. Thank you, Gemma.
Thank you.
Christy A., thank you. Hi, Corian Z and Arthur. What message do my guides have regarding my finances for Q4 2025? Will it get better? Do you have a ski mask? Just kidding. Do you drive fast? No, just... Actually, I feel you're putting yourself back in a budget, and miscellaneous has been your biggest column most of your life in your budget, and you're being more strategic now. So I feel finances get better. And there seems, and we get into February of 2026, I don't know if there's a shift financial job-wise, but there seems to be more money coming in at that point, earned income. So I'll just put it that way. You're going to be all right.
Yeah. Agreed. Yeah, I don't have anything else before. Yeah, before the end of the year, I think we're just riding the wave, so to speak. That's the feeling and visual I'm getting here. Just hanging in there until the end of the year, and then new year, new you, so to speak, with the changes there that will help bring some fresh air into the equation for you again, and some more hope, if you will, on that front. Agreed.
Yeah. I don't see a Frigidaire box or a shopping cart in your future. Okay.
No.
JS Therapy from the Heart. Hello, beautiful soul family. What do you see for my new wellness retreats business, Lemuria Wellness Retreats in Costa Rica? It is my childhood dream to share my indigenous culture and help heal. You have to ask the question. You already know the answer. You're doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing. Congratulations. This is going to be good.
Yep, I agree. Yeah, and even then, you have a more of a holistic approach to things, and that is of greater appeal as well. So the more that you stay not in the confines of what perhaps modern day medicine would consider normal, then the more you're actually going to attract a greater clientele to you, because you're incorporating some of the benefits of that mind, body, spirit connection in all that you're doing. And I feel that that's going to be very well received for you. Absolutely. Yeah. You'll actually have even some tourism, meaning not just appealing to the local population, but all the tourists that come in. I think your place is going to be recommended by a lot of the tourist areas, for example, for places to go and, to relax, etc. And to find that wellness that people are looking for in general. Yeah, I'm pretty certain you're going to have quite a few recommendations by word of mouth from the locals, and then those locals that work in those tourist places, then to those tourists that are coming in as well. So yeah, hang in there. You're going to be, I think you're going to be busy, to say the least.
He knows how hospitality works.
I do. So. Yes. Yeah. A lot of definitely who you know, and not always what you know. And sometimes that is a rub.
But congratulations on this. This has been, for the last 15 years, you've been working towards this, and it's finally all come together because you believed in yourself, and you allowed the right people to show up. You said no when you just knew it wasn't the right time, and now it is. So congratulations. Thank you so much, and congratulations.
Good luck.
Wild. Great name. Hi, guys. I'm looking for a new job, but at a loss for as the direction. I've worked at one place for 35 years. Any advice from the spirit team? Do you see me finding something? Much thanks.
Well, yes is the answer, because right now life is matching how you're feeling. The universe is definitely mirroring this not feeling it kind of thing with the job that you're at right now. And it's not from a lack of trying, I don't think either necessarily, meaning I think you've put all your energy and efforts into what you can to be able to stick it out. I guess at this point, you've done all you can. You've mastered what you've been able to do. So now, out of perhaps some boredom, it's time to find something else to get your passion again. And I think that's what the universe is helping with right now, is getting those things in place for you to get to that next level that you're looking for. So time frame wise, it's not going to happen in the next 1 to 2 months. I think that's still going to be a bit of a search process here and application, and like you said, finding what's next on the horizon here for you. But I think that I'm feeling, at least for you, by February next year, you're going to have about 3+ things that you're going to get to pick and choose and potentially dip your toe into, as they say in the water wise. And I think you're going to find something that really resonates with you the most. And around April or May or so, I think that's going to be a change for you, a shift to that new adventure for you. So I don't have a definite, like you're going to go from this to this. That's a bit of fog for me, and that's only because I think that they're trying not to spoil the fun here for you, that unfolding. I think you're going to surprise yourself. That much is true. I think because they're not telling you that, you're going to surprise yourself in what appeals to you with this change. That's something you never thought you'd probably do, at least in the last 35 years, and then all of a sudden you're going to be like, wow, I'm actually, this is appealing to me. So I think it's going to be a change for you in that respect too, that something you wouldn't have even imagined that you're wanting to do or going to do, that you get into, and that works out well for you. So yeah, I mean, I'm happy for you. Even now, I'm kind of excited. That's a change. And that's not everybody gets that luxury of having that happen to them in their lifetime. So yeah, that's what I'm picking up on here. Hang in.
First thing I'm hearing is, well, what do you want to be when you grow up? Seriously, it's all yours. You know, believe me, you may seem like you're singing "Is That All There Is" by Peggy Lee right now, but that's not it. You know, we're not going to break out the booze. It's basically, you've got, you know, that expression, "The world's your oyster," that kind of thing. The thing is, you don't need to also ask people, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? What do you think? This is something that Spirit's going to guide you to. It's going to be a gut reaction. It may be as simple as, yeah, that's what I should be doing. And you follow through on it. And the thing is, once you get there, once you decide where you're going to be, it's going to be incredible how the universe brings everything your way. It's like the expression that Einstein said, coincidence is God's way of remaining anonymous. Or all of a sudden, this synchronicity around you, things just start, the right people click, things start coming around. Now, I do have on my YouTube channel, I do have a series of guided meditations, and I would suggest listening to one called Fresh Start. And that might jog some stuff inside also to stir your emotions and where you want to go. All right? But you're going to be great. So congratulations.
Great.
Dion, hi. Hi, guys. My wife and I are in our 60s living happy lives. Will this continue into our last days? If I said no, just kidding. You look, you guys, you're soulmates. I mean, you've lived together all this time, and yeah, you have fights. You look at each other and say, "I would like to kill you," but that's when you know how much you love them. So it continues. This is a happy ending. This really is.
Yeah,
so,
I agree.
Congratulations.
Yep, hang in there in terms of, like, the worries. That's the thing. Cancel that. It's there's still going to be a few, of the normal stuff that you deal with the rental we call the body, having to, chime in a couple of times. But outside of that, I don't see a change in your mind, really interrupting your state of mind, so that's nothing but a thing, or as Linda, I guess, would put it, nothing burger for you to worry about. So yeah, enjoy that time.
And I keep on hearing, sometimes I hear songs and stuff. What I keep on hearing is, I'm stuck on Band-Aids because Band-Aids stuck on you. So you guys are stuck together. Okay. Thanks, Dion. Rhonda. Hi, thank you. I wonder who the people in my dream were. They kept coming into my house and staring at me, or staring at me where? I asked why they were there, and they said they were told to come here.
Oh, I got, it reminds me of Poltergeist at first, go into the light, Carol Ann. Or don't go into the light, Carol Ann. I should say, don't go into the light.
Throw the tennis ball.
Yeah, right. I'm not picking up anything, negative on this. So that's a start. I want to make sure that that's cleared out, any notion of that or connection with that. I feel more of a visitation on the side of connection with spirit, meaning I believe that there are some things that you've been wanting to connect with, well, not even things, people, well, very specifically people, when it comes to being open on a spiritual level like that. And in the dream state, as we are mostly all well aware, that's that halfway point where we can reach out to them and they can reach out to us at a much easier opportunity to make those connections known. So I feel it's a bit of a introduction to some future continued visitations from spirit, just to kind of help you on the journey here, and of course to help strengthen your connections from a spiritual level. And yeah, I don't get anything in a negative way on this, so this is, I want to make sure that's very clear on this as well. So and it's not like you are they're not necessarily coming to you from a I need your help necessarily either. I think this is more of a introduction. Like I said, I think that they're here for your benefit rather than the opposite. And in some respects, I also feel that it's a confirmation of what you've been hoping for. Talk about it coming in strong. This is the way that they're doing that to help answer that request, if you will, for higher connection. So accept that in a good way, and they will, let you know how they're going to help moving forward here as well too, in on the journey ahead, if you will. So that's pretty cool, in my opinion.
I was going to say, immediately what I heard was your third eye is opening, and you're going to be seeing more. And it's going to work. I'm also going to suggest that, once again, my guided meditations, I have one called Awaken Intuition. So you may want to check that out. But they're not, there's no harm here. And I'm feeling love from the other side for you. So don't be afraid of this. Welcome to our world.
Yeah. Welcome to the fringe.
Thanks, Rhonda. Edward, hi. Greetings. Landlord is selling home I rent. Offered to buy. Will he come to an agreeable price? I think his expectations are higher than house worth. Thank you. Right away, there's a lot of emotion connected to the property in that house. That's why he wants more money. I feel you will be able to come to an agreement, arrangement. You even maybe do a lease purchase. So I'm going to say yes to it.
Yep. I agree. Yeah, just I almost feel like he wants to test the market just for kicks and giggles as well too, because of that sentiment. So that's part of the reason why it's going out there for in the first place. But I think the voice of reason will finally speak loud or be loud enough to bring him back to reality or ground him a little bit better to help with your desire there and making that happen. Yeah, I agree with Arthur.
Let us know, Edward. Congratulations.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Wiki. Thank you so much. It's so sweet. Thank you. And thank you, JS. It's going to be great. And Annie, hi. Hi, Arthur. I would like a message from my guides. It's not topic specific, but we'll still do it. You're afraid of finances. You're frozen. You're freezing up right now. You're thinking too much. If I were to ask you to walk up a staircase, you could do it. But if I were to ask you at the very bottom, what foot are you going to move? You going to put your hand in the banister? Are you going to lift your foot from your hip, your leg? How are you going to breathe? You wouldn't be able to walk up the step, because you'd be paralyzed. And that's what you're doing to yourself, overthinking, overprocessing everything. And a lot of it has to do with finances. You are not the sum of what you owe. You're a human being. Okay? So just get out of your head. Really. Take a walk. Get in nature. Close your eyes. Meditate. Listen to what's around you. And just get some fresh air in your lungs. And I really feel things will start making more sense once you get out of your head. That's what I'm picking up. I hope that makes sense.
Agreed. One thing that I also share with my clients as well too, that are looking for a little more connection, is to consider, about 20 minutes before bed, turning off the TV and the phones and anything else that's going to cause stimulation, if you will, from the light, etc. And, make a very mindful moment of it, one that, helps with endorphins, if you will. So, that means a nice, candle, a little bit of soft music in the background, or maybe one of Arthur's meditations, which is fine too. Shameless plug there. And then, of course, you're getting in that moment where you're just setting in your space, and you're able to then connect with your guides by asking simple yes or no questions. And I'm pretty confident that, like a muscle, the more you do that, within 3 seconds, you're going to get an answer by feeling it, if you will, in your solar plexus area, meaning your gut instinct or psychic intuition, whatever you choose to use. And that's another way that we can make that connection with our team that we crave, that otherwise throughout the day, there's just too much noise and it's hard for them to get through. So trust your guidance that's already built in when you came in here, and allow them to connect with you. And the more you work on that muscle, the stronger that connection is going to be, and the more guided you're going to feel naturally, because you're trying to reach across the aisle and they're doing the same thing in those moments like that. And that really allows you to be, in your best at with your highest self. And again, making that connection with spirit and feeling good about that connection as a result of that. So another way, to get the answers you seek when things are, a little bit, troubling, or just, you don't know. Like, I could use a little guidance here. Give me a word, give me something, sign something. That's a good way to help with that. So,
well, I equate it to there's a lot of static or chatter in your head. And so the guides are trying to talk to you, but it's like you're underwater in a swimming pool. You can kind of hear them, but you can't. So meditate on clearing your mind is like draining the pool so that you can hear each other think. You can hear them.
Yes.
It's going to happen.
Yep. Yeah, music is a good way to do that, because it keeps your lower mind busy while you are trying to connect through your heart, if you will.
Yes. And it also sets up great frequencies.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Annie. You're going to be fine.
Yep.
Artist Liz, hi. Do you see if I will ever be able to move to California? Why? If so, when? If you can. Finances and health aren't great. Thank you.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Why do I hear the Village people sing Go West?
There's always a theme, isn't there, during the weeks? It's like clients or whatever. It's like the songs come in,
I do music all the time,
whatever it is.
so that's how I get my stuff. But right now, the possibility is there. Don't feel it's completely out of reach. It's something you've wanted to do, I see, like the last 5 years. I feel it can still happen. Not right now. I feel more. There's some things that have to change. For you, I would say June, July of 2026, you'll be revisiting this with more gusto and with a plan. So that's how I see it.
Yep, I agree with that. California is going through some changes, as is many of us in general, in areas in the country right now, markets, etc. And I just feel that from an affordability standpoint, 2027 or beyond is going to be your years to really make this potentially happen. To Arthur's point, 2026 is a good year to plan. You're getting close. You give yourself time to heal right now. First off, let's try it. Start with the basics first. Foundationally here, as you are working on yourself, and that way you're also working on your, desired outcomes on that as well too. And I think that the universe is putting those things together. It's just going to take a little bit longer than, your now, or your version of now, and patience will yield to you that desired outcome. So just hanging there a little bit longer, and yeah,
We always want things in our time. It's in God's time or universe time.
absolutely.
Believe me, he does get my memos. So
Yeah.
thanks, Artist Liz. Thank you
Yes,
so
thank
much.
you. Good luck to you as well.
Hi, Trinity Patsy 61. Can you check my love life? What love life? I am seeing someone, he is 10 years younger. Good for you. And Anthony is his name. It is 17 years since my last serious love. What do you see? Been 9 months and I need to know good or bad. If you have to ask the question, I'm teasing them. Actually, work on the friendship. Out of the friendship blossoms the relationship. I feel this is, I don't see agenda here. I see genuine, but you have to let him struggle. You want to help him all the time. You have to step back and let him figure it out. If that makes sense.
Agreed. It's a good thing. I just want to start with it. It's a good thing. We always tend to self-doubt or self-sabotage. I'd say always. That's not true. We just naturally like to self-sabotage sometimes. And so it's a good idea. I'll say it before, I'll say it again. Cancel, cancel, cancel. Those kind of, records in the head. Does it mean it has to be marriage? No, it's about companionship here on this. And, for that matter, compatibility in companionship. And that's worth its weight, and honoring that as well, too. So enjoy that moment. Don't pour any water on it. Keep that.
Live in the present. Just live in the present.
Yes.
Because there are people out there that will say, everybody leaves me. And then somebody comes along that's like a statue next to them. But then they start pumping up the volume and start acting such a way they leave. And they say, see, I told you everybody leaves me. Well, yeah, you'll make it a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yep. Absolutely.
So we're not going to do that.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Nope. You're going to be fine.
Cancel. Enjoy that, though. It's a good thing. Hang on to that. Enjoy that.
Okay. Thank you. Hi, Scout. Hello, gentlemen. My spouse and I are going through a trial separation. Do you see us saving our marriage and reconciling, or will this end in divorce? I hate telling people what they're going to do.
Yeah.
It's their free will.
It's interesting because I find out of the end of all this, I see greater friendship. That's the interesting thing. In my opinion, there's a difference in what is happening now versus what's going to happen later. So sometimes in moving away, you move closer together, if that makes sense here.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the feeling I'm getting with all of this process right now. So I'm not saying that it's going to remain. I'm not saying it's not. I feel that I feel you're going to honor each other in the time and the space necessary to feel things out rather than think them out cerebrally, if you will, because that's going to be the best guidance both of you will need to lean on so that you have a positive outcome here on this situation. I don't see any deceit, so that's a good thing, but there are some times we just, they say that irreconcilable differences thing. Well, okay, so then don't you both deserve to be happy in general? That's the question perhaps that hasn't been answered. And I think that's the time now to reflect on that and what that's going to look like for both of you. But at the end of all of this, I feel good that the friendship, or at least from the connection between the two of you, is going to remain, because I think that the way you both feel this out is a way that will add respect in a good way, even if you both choose not to stick it out in the, formal way when it comes to marriage.
what I'm also hearing is it's a good thing you have the trial separation, because up until now, I keep on getting these arguments, everybody just emoting. And emoting is when we speak with emotion and you don't hear the other person speaking.
Verbal vomiting.
Yeah, exactly. and so now it's a sense where you're coming into your own individually, and also you're going to start listening to each other. And then that's when the healing can begin. Okay? It's going to be an interesting Thanksgiving, I will tell you that. Okay? Thank you, Scout.
Thank you.
Sarah, thank you. It's so sweet of everyone. Thank you
they
so
were
much.
very, very generous today.
Hey, Jeffrey. Do you see a new relationship in my life that will become long term? 2 legs or 4? Just kidding. I was doing a radio show once, and the lady said, "Will I find true love?" And I just said, "Do you like calico cats?" But she wasn't too happy with that answer.
Yeah, well.
But no, you know what, Jeffrey? You've been through a lot of stuff, and you've come out the other end. You've been through so many changes, and it feels like since August you said, "Okay, it's my turn." Like, remember Leo Bloom in The Producers? When's my turn? It's your turn. I'm feeling there's some things changing around you when we get to February. Friendship, meeting somebody through a friend of a friend of a friend type thing. It's not through a dating app or anything like that. You might meet Mike Johnson. But anyway, what I'm getting here is the fact that you have this sense of you just know each other. And it goes on from there. So it's a friendship first, it blossoms into something deeper. If you wanted to, you're in control of it. Okay? That's what I get.
Yeah, it reminds me of a cafeteria plan. You try a little bit here, see if you like it, try a little bit there, see if you like it. That's a good position to be in. I want you to honor what it is in that respect as well too, that there's no pressures here. It's supposed to be about organic and connection, right? So I believe you have at least 2 or 3 options, if you will, on your itinerary here. So it's not like it's speed dating. You don't have this time frame that's required of you to make it or break it either. Luckily, there's no bell that's going to ring and said, time's up with this one. I just feel that you're going to figure that out with each other. And if that doesn't work out, great. The universe is going to help you with the next one on the plan, if that's the case. So, yeah, to Arthur's point, it's about the relationship and feeling things out in a good way. That's just allowing that to come in and not forcing that because you feel that you need to be. And yeah, just ease up on the gas, and you'll get there. You'll coast right in there.
And if you go of the cafeteria style, I was going to say, I don't think a hairnet's a very good look for you. Just kidding, Jeffrey. Love you. Thank you. Mangled Unicorn. Oh my God, what a name. I'm helping my son's friend due to an abusive situation at home. Will I be able to get guardianship of them? I get the feeling the old guardian won't put up a fight. Kid deserves help and wants help. You are already an angel.
Yes.
I get a yes. You're saving this kid's life. And you know it.
Yeah, I don't see this child as the level or age of emancipation quite yet. So there's definitely going to need to be some paperwork involved with this. That's for sure. So, but yes,
I get there's proof. I get there's evidence, and
yes.
So the law will be on your side.
Yep, I support that. I mean, yeah, the universe is absolutely supporting this process as well too, as are the guides in the background. So you've got help on both sides here, committed to making this work out.
God bless you.
Yes, both of you, all of you.
Thank you, Unicorn. Dakar Brown, hi. I live on land that was a Civil War camp. I hear spirits stomping in the house at night. I spray holy water and sage. Close that part of the house. It continues. What else to do? You can try the prayer by Pope Leo the 13th. You can also it depends on your beliefs, but I've done this some houses in Beverly Hills where you get 4 Saint Michael medals, have them blessed, and you plant them in each corner of the property. Consecrate them, or have a priest come out and consecrate the. I know you've done some work, but this is just what I'm getting right now at the moment. But I feel this is going to be taken care of.
Yeah. It's one thing to note as well too, understanding the energy of the land itself and where you're living. So that's part of that, I guess, the natural part, if you will, of things of that neighborhood. Sometimes they say you can't quite pick your neighbors, but in this case, I think they picked you to some degree. You're there. It's part of the energy of the area, and helping to honor that is an important step with getting to the end goal here of, boundaries.
I know she's done a lot of work. I mean, this house has been in her family, and it was also at one point it was abandoned, turned into a crack house. So she's done a lot of work on getting all that energy gone. There was like a portal in there. All that's gone. Yeah. Now the last thing is, it's not like the movie Poltergeist where your house is going to disappear.
No.
You'll be okay. I do feel. I keep on getting around Christmas. A lot of this is going to be resolved. So take it from there.
Yep. You'll find somebody that's going to help with this too. I believe that there's someone else that's going to be able to help you with this. So don't feel like you got to do this all by yourself either. There's a lot of multiple choices out there for you to consider and bringing in when it comes to blessing space.
Also, your marabou can help with this, is what I'm hearing. Yeah. So go for it.
Yeah. Exactly.
Thanks, Regina. Hi, Dean Rowe. Hello, gentlemen. Tomorrow's my birthday. Well, if I knew that, I would not have baked a cake. I would have sent it to you. Can you tell me how the next year will go for me? This is like, your life is like in 7-9 year cycles, and you're coming to a whole new cycle. A whole new cycle is what I got here. And it's time to divorce yourself from the past and move forward. It's about you again.
Yep. It's a 1 year next year, I think, right? This is a 9 year. So I'm not a...
I'm not a numerologist. I'm saying that I feel in her life there's cycles of 9 and 7s. So
Yep. This is the end of a 9 year, or this is a 9 year. So this would be the end of it and beginning of a new one next year. So yeah, I agree with that. It's all about new beginnings at that point too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't have a lot of extra to detail that I'm picking up on. It feels like there's a couple of things that are happening about mid-year for you. And then, beginning, you're kind of getting into it, ramping up. Some fun stuff happens mid-year. And then towards the end of the year, it's like we have a couple more things that are sprinkling in there that have to do with work-life balance too. So that's good. Always fun to see some of that unfolding and getting back to ourselves again. So I think, this is a journey of you this next year.
What I'm also hearing is this is the year where you tell a lot of people to go to hell and live your life for you again. Seriously.
Don't let the door hit you on the way out.
Exactly. Happy birthday. I'd sing, but, hearing impaired people would hang up.
That's terrible. That's good.
Sorry.
That's all right. We forget you.
I'm more nighttime, so sorry. It's a miracle that I'm here this early, really.
That's good.
Hi, Pat. I feel my parents are around occasionally. They passed away many years ago. Stella and Loy. Oh, I love those names.
Mm-hmm.
Is it them that I feel are watching over me? Yes.
Yes, and for some reason I'm getting the word window as well too. So um, I don't know if it's a birds thing here or if it's some reflection. Like you know how you can look out a window and you can kind of see like a little bit of a mirror back behind you. I don't think they're not gonna scare you or anything like that. You know, like someone's standing behind you kind of thing. I don't feel that happening, but there's something to do with window and signs here for you for them to help with kind of letting you know that they're around. So um, I can't quite put my finger on exactly all the detail on this, but something to do with the window or looking outside the window and some kind of signs from time to time that will kind of be their way of saying hi to you. So I feel you're not going to even have to worry about like, well, what if I miss it? You won't.
No, you won't.
It's going to be so noticeable that you're going to be like, oh, that's got to be them because it's too odd for me to consider that normal. And in my belief system, there are no such things as coincidences. So I can tell you that that's going to be them in those moments. Then
it's not going to be like the movie The Ring. So
yeah.
you're fine.
Please no.
Cat, and they love you. There's lots of love.
Yeah,
they are watching over you. Always have. They're very proud of you. They've never stopped loving you.
Oh.
Thank you, Kat.
Yes, thank you.
Hi, Susan. Sorry, forgot to put the caps. That's all right. My mom, Carol, passed away in May of 2023 in Clearwater, Florida. Does she have a message for me? Don't come to Florida. No, just kidding. I'll let Corian take this first.
All right, I'm going to tap in here for just a second longer here because I feel she's at least in her 80s, if not mid to upper 80s in age. So definitely lived life, and there's no doubt about that in my mind here for her. She is mentioning something about an upcoming anniversary here. So not sure if that's yours or if it's something to do with a relative here that you're close to. But we have an anniversary celebration, I believe, here on the horizon nearby that she is looking forward to participating in a whole different way from that side of the veil. And also, I don't know if she had the little dog or if you did, but there's something to do with a little animal here that seems to be important in her respect. I don't know if it's the grand dog or whatever this is here that she's referring to, but or if it was her own, but something to do with a little dog that she's referencing here and helping to watch over or is with her, I guess, watching over her, if you will, from that side, as pets do. They never really leave us. So yeah, other than that, I don't have any, warnings of this or anything that's negative from mom, just simply saying hi. And she does extend love to you. And she's talking about the word patience here. So it must be something going on here at the moment right now that's causing a little bit of, we'll say heartburn. So I guess she's trying to help get you through and ease you through whatever that's going on in life right now for the moment. Nothing major, like, super bad, but I do feel that there's something that's causing some, like I said earlier, heartburn, and she wants to know that it's going to be all right and that she's supporting you to help get through this. So patience is the word that she wants to leave with here on this, at least for the few seconds that we can do this.
Cool. You're not alone, Susan. And I'll just say ditto. Okay, thank you.
Thanks.
Hi, Michael. Hello, gentlemen. Please pick me. Is my cat Bella still alive? If so, any tips on how to recover her? I'm not getting anything on this, so I'm sorry I can't answer it.
No, I don't think she's an older cat. I think she's about middle age, like around maybe 8 or so, if I'm picking up on this correctly. I don't think you're going. I unfortunately don't feel there's going to be a reunion in this lifetime. I'm not feeling that. Yeah, I'd like to tell you differently. I'm not a fan of having to share news, but at the same time, I'm honest, and when it needs to be on that. So please understand that there wasn't, this particular path, if you will, was part of that journey for Bella. And yeah, unfortunately, I don't think you're going to have a reunion. And I hope I'm super wrong on that. I really do. But right now, I'm not feeling that there's going to be a reunion here, unfortunately, for you before you graduate and then you reconnect with her at that time. So I'm so sorry. But I do wish you well, and hope that, I hope I'm wrong. Very, very wrong.
Thank you, Michael. And I think we have time for one more question.
Sure.
Hi, Joy. Why is my relationship with my husband so challenging? We have been married for 55 years.
Enough said.
That's why it's challenging. Well, you haven't needed a bail bondsman yet, so right. You're just doing something right.
Right.
Set in ways.
Yes. I feel that you both are home more than you may have been in the past, and that kind of tends to cause us to realize, who are we living with? So, it's not a bad idea to plan, to get out of the house every so often. Sometimes you just need a little bit of space between the two of you. So I don't know. I feel like both of you, the hobbies aren't enough. Let's put it this way. That's part of the issue. It's too much is too much is too much. And sometimes we're just too much for each other. We love each other to pieces, if you will, and that can lead to some uncomfortable situations here. So yeah, I feel that if you both got something to do outside of home life a little bit differently, that keeps you more preoccupied than this small stuff. It's like pick. You know what I mean? I feel like a chicken. I'm pecking all the time, and that's not fun. Yeah. It's very hard to stop the bleeding because there's too many holes. So it'd be important to just consider. Yes, identifying different hobbies or something to get you both some of your own alone time again, more than you have been recently. And I think that's going to it's going to let all the stale air out and new fresh air in to make things comfortable again.
Take a Zumba class.
Yeah.
Actually, what I keep hearing is, would you rather be happy or would you rather be right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm an Aries. I'm always happy when I'm right. So that's the problem. But no, seriously, sometimes stepping back and just let it go. Yeah. Here's a hornet's nest. Here's a hammer. What do you want to do? Nothing. Okay. Nope. Take a walk.
Yeah.
You guys, you guys are still around each other. God bless you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's something to be said about that, and honoring that and respecting that, I guess, for each other. So it's, you'll get there. Just a little bit of recognition of where your patience and boundaries of patience are, and
priorities.
Yep. Steer clear from the very end, or the high thresholds. Yep.
Yeah. But congratulations, Joy. 55 years. That's a milestone.
Agreed. Super big milestone.
Well, I want to thank everyone. And I want to thank Corian for letting me being my victim today.
Yes, you're welcome. Willingly threw myself in here. That's good. Appreciate your invite as well too, Arthur. Thank you.
Any pleasure. And also thank you to Walter.
Yes.
And so if anyone needs to contact you or get on your waiting list or anything like that.
Yep, please do. If you got questions in between that, I do have a contact option there as well. So you can always ask specific questions if you have a thing outside of the actual wait list or putting yourself on the wait list. So happy to answer those if you do. And yeah, looking forward to connecting in the future potentially here.
Great. So, and if anyone needs me, again, arthureaseyourmind.com. I have openings in November. So this has been fun. We'll have to do
Yes,
this again.
I appreciate it. Yeah, look forward to that.
But maybe not so early.
No, yeah. We'll give you 30 minutes more. No, just kidding.
Yeah. Thank you. It takes time for the spackle to dry, you know?
Yeah.
Anyway, so everyone, thank you for joining us today. Really appreciate you being here. And we'll see you again soon. All right?
Bye, everyone. Take care.
Bye-bye.